So today we're going to be doing two kinds of patterns, Zentangle patterns. The first one would be using triangles and the second one is using squares. So if you can see, I've just divided the page into approximately 2 centimeter squares. So we'll just start. This is a really easy pattern that anyone can do. So I'm just going to show you how to draw the triangles. So we're just going to draw triangles like that. Okay, it's just freehand, but you can use a scale. So if you see, I've just drawn these triangles, and now I'm going to draw so we're just going to be connecting these into triangles. So you're going to have something like a diamond shape. Okay, you can use a scale if you're not too confident. So I've already started the pattern here in the first two squares. So we're going to build up on this. So if you see, this is how we start. So I already have half the pattern here. So we're going to continue and this is how it's going to be. Okay, so sort of take the line like that, take it up. It's the same, but we're going to be reducing the size of the triangle. Okay, and like that. Okay, so every time you draw a line, you're just going to be drawing it closer towards the center, sort of closing in towards the center, and it's going to be diagonal. Okay, so I'll just show you one more example. So that's the first line, and then you're going to bring that line down here and here. If you're not confident about freehand lines, you can use a scale. That's it. So if you can see, the pattern is just continuing here. Okay, now again I'm going to continue this pattern here. It stops here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from here. Okay, take that up. You can make that 2 lines. Okay, and bring that down, up. Okay, now we already have a pattern, you can see it here. So I'm just gonna do this, continue this here, okay, by taking this line up. Okay, and whichever side you start, okay, you're going to move towards that direction. Like if you're starting towards the right, then you're going to start drawing lines towards your right. Okay, so if you can see, I sort of have a pattern here. Okay, and what you can do now is you can just darken these lines. So it gives you a clear idea of the shape. And this is gonna go right from here to there. So I'm just sort of highlighting the pattern here. So now we have the pattern going. If you feel that there is a wider gap, you could just close it by drawing an extra line. So now if you can see, I've just sort of having a starting here. So we're going to start drawing the triangle like that. And okay. And now we're going to come to the next triangle. It's okay if you make a mistake, it's absolutely fine. It becomes part of the pattern. So if you can see, we actually have a pattern like that forming. It looks like leaves. And we're going to finish the last one. Okay, and now we're just going to highlight all of these triangles that we drew. Okay, like that. Just highlighting the triangles that we drew. Now we're in the second row and we're going to continue this pattern. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to start from here and draw triangles. So if you can see, so just make sure that you continue the same pattern. Okay, it's okay if you put one line thicker or one line smaller, you can always adjust it. And we're just going to continue this pattern until we finish. Just keep drawing smaller triangles. Okay, this is going to start from here, down, up, once you get used to the pattern, it's going to be easier. If you can just see, I've just finished 2 rows of patterns here, okay? And now we're going to come to the second pattern, which is a square pattern. It works on the same principle. We're just going to draw smaller squares. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just continue drawing squares as you go. The squares are going to be reducing in size. It's going to look like an illusion, and if you feel that there are any wider gaps, you can just close them. Now the next step is that we're just going to sort of highlight these curves. So this starts from here, okay, and this starts from here going all the way there. This starts from here going all the way there, and that starts from there all the way going all the way there. So you're going to get a pattern like this. It's going to be upward, okay. If you're not very confident about your lines, you could always use a scale. If you want your lines to look straight and more defined. But Zentangle is essentially a free-flowing sort of an art. Again, we're going to highlight all of these curves. So the pattern is going to continue like